What do you think of the performance today? Were you impressed?
Yeah, before I talk about any of this, really, I want to really talk about Aurier, because I was honestly expecting him not to start. We weren't going to see him again for the rest of the season. And honestly, when I saw him on the starting 11, I was just utterly shocked. And my first instinct reaction is that he's just lost a brother. And you're literally sending this guy out to play. That was my first thought at first. But then when I put more thinking into it, I realized that Aurier clearly has different ways of grieving. And I've honestly got nothing to say but utter respect. And yeah, respect for this guy. And you know what? I think it just goes to show today that we can all really take a leaf out of Serge Aurier's book, because, you know, I've been through family loss myself, unfortunately. And, you know, if I was a footballer, I don't think I'd have been able to do that. And it's just absolutely incredible, amazing. And Aurier today as well didn't really have a bad game either. You know, if you want to talk about the clearance that gave away the equalising goal, his back was turned. Every single footballer can do that with their back turned, and their instinct reaction when their back is turned is they clear it, and they're not going to be able to see what's behind them. So I don't think, you know, you can really put too much fault to Aurier for that. And I'm not just saying that, obviously, for that, but genuinely, when you look at the back being turned, these things happen, unfortunately, as a footballer. I've done that myself before in Sunday League. But yeah, just massive, massive credit to Aurier.
I completely agree with you. A massive respect to him. But overall, were you impressed with how the team performed?
I was impressed overall with how the team performed after we conceded the equaliser, I would say. Because as soon as we kicked off, I felt contrary to how we were playing against Arsenal the last time, because, you know, this wasn't about, you know, the laws of form or momentum. This was just who wanted it more. So we went for it. Obviously, that wasn't the case when we're playing against Newcastle. Tactics were being kept into consideration, and Newcastle all over us at first. But then after the water break, we did step it up, got the goal. A very good goal as well from Son. Very unlucky as well not to score his second, although I think there was a deflection involved with it. But nonetheless, great save from the keeper. But then when we went into the second half, I felt like we not capitulated, but we did fall asleep a little bit. But then Harry Kane just makes it 2-1 like that. And I just want to know where all them haters that are saying that Harry Kane is shit are right now. You know, what was it? 250 goals or 350 goals in. So I can't even remember the stat. I tweeted it earlier, but you can't badmouth Kane. Lamella too. Lamella did that absolutely, and Kane there at the right time to head it in. I'd say overall, we're looking like we're slowly getting back in form. What the result will be for Leicester on Sunday, well, we just have to keep it up from where we are now. Because what I've actually heard from, I can't remember which source it is, so don't quote me too much on that. I don't know how reliable it is, but I've heard that there's a possibility that the players may have turned against Brendan Rodgers during training. I don't know the extent to it, but if this is the case, then we should really, really go for it on Sunday.
And if we win on Sunday against Leicester, would that start for Europa League spot, or do you think, you know, we have to win both our games to guarantee it?
Look, I've been looking at your other interviews whilst editing my video as we speak, and I have been listening. And to be honest with you, this whole odds on, you know, getting Champions League and Europa League, I honestly, as of right now, just don't care about it unless we start to see some changes in our club. If we get Europa League, then okay. And I'll say the absolute same thing for Champions League. If we somehow go against the odds, rely on other teams, and we're somehow in fourth, because I do not want to carry on anymore as how we are now. So we either change our ways right now, or just honestly don't gas yourself up too much if we get a spot for Europa League or Champions League, because end of the day, for me personally, I would like to think that we're not there to qualify for it, just to qualify for it. You know, we're not the Tottenham side of Martin Jol anymore, or we're not the Tottenham side of Harry Redknapp getting our first taste of Champions League football, because we have, you know, it doesn't matter how many trophies we have won or not won. We have progressed more as a club. And for me, I'd like to think our standards have gone up. But there is honestly no point in getting all happy getting into European football if we are not prepared to change our ways. Now, obviously, of course, that is down to the board. That is down to how the club would want to approach for that. But that's my stance on it, to answer your question.
Yeah, fair enough. But you got, as in, for the last 2 games, you have to have some sort of motivation, don't you? And if that's European football, Europa League, and so be it. That's what we got to aim for. And I think that's what we're trying to see, what people would like to see from the last 2 games. I know no one's happy with how the season's gone. No one is. No one wants Europa League football at the new stadium. I completely understand that. But do you see any changes coming in the near future? Are you confident we're going to see any changes in terms of maybe investment in the squad or anything like that, or is it just kind of are we setting up to fail with Jose Mourinho?
No, I wouldn't say that we are trying to set up to fail. Look, Mourinho isn't here to like try and become a failure of a manager. Let's be real here. You know, Mourinho. You know, we sacked Pochettino. It's been a very controversial one. I know the fella you interviewed before me is an absolute lover of Poch, and fair enough. But the point is that Mourinho has got us a certain amount of points, taking us out from a mess, let's say. And presently, right now, you know, the form has picked up a little bit. He is definitely, you know, his win in the North London derby has definitely set a lot of morale up. It's definitely set my morale up, because I was honestly just buzzing after that for 2 days straight, because, you know, we did beat Arsenal. I think it's okay to say you can be happy beating your rivals. I just feel that there's some opportunity there that's still there. But if we don't go for it now, then we can only like look at this as another form of regret. We get whatever we get, Europa League, which is probably going to be more likely, obviously, than Champions League. With Europa League, you know, I just want us to go all out for that, personally speaking, or as well as have some depth to be able to go out with that in the Premier League. We can all slate off as much as we want about Mourinho's tactics, end of the day, but I just feel like these tactics can work with us if we have the right players.
My brother just showed me a tweet from apparently there's been breaking news that Jose Mourinho has confirmed that Ndombele is going to miss the rest of the season.
I know.
Is there any reaction to that?
Well, is it through an injury, or is it through like just saying that
I think he said, was it? Did you say he was injured? Ndombele. They didn't confirm whether he was injured or just missing the rest of the season.
Look, I said this in the last interview or the interview before, that Ndombele has shown very bad attitudes here and there, and people I feel like are a little bit too attached to the fact that Ndombele is our most expensive signing, therefore we should see more of him. Well, if he's showing the exact same motivation of training that he showed against Burnley and various other games, then he don't deserve to be in starting 11. I don't care if this guy costs 70 million. I don't care if this guy costs 150 million. I don't care if this guy costs $1 billion. Not that we'd ever spend that in our lifetime, probably. But, well, apart from a stadium. But the fact is that we have to trust Jose Mourinho's judgment here. And this isn't like a matter of, he has a reputation of this with Paul Pogba, that making players fall out, Ike Casillas. We saw it on the pitch for ourselves. The guy was playing and taking the absolute piss. So you have to back a decision from someone who sees more of him in training than we ever will. And we're just going to have to take it on the chin and say, well, maybe it was a waste of money, which is a shame. Great talent, but work ethic,
But do you not worry that he could be going if we let Ndombele go, he could go the same way as a De Bruyne or Mohamed Salah, players who Jose Mourinho didn't trust and maybe let go too early and have come back to bite him.
But this is different because Kevin De Bruyne and Mo Salah had their opportunities as players, and unfortunately it didn't work out for them. But I'm pretty sure that their motivation was a lot better than Ndombele's. This shouldn't be down to us of, you know, we're going to be missing out because we have to wait until Ndombele feels like he can be asked to play a game of football. If his head's not in the game, then I feel like we're wasting our time more as a club than we're wasting Ndombele's, or we're wasting the opportunity from Ndombele. You know, and look, if a club actually puts some money in for him, and you know, more than what we bid for him, then ask yourself this: will we take it and then try and reinvest on a right back or a left back or whatnot? You know, look, I get it's a tough situation because we put so much expectations for Ndombele, but you have to look at seeing how he's played. And there's a reason why we're not going to see him for not the reason why I won't see him for the rest of the season, but there's a reason why we've not seen him for a while.
All right. Cheers for coming on, Sam. Always good to see you.
Thank you. You too.
Nice one, mate.